Yeah, Today We're Believers is a song about Winnipeg, the city we live in. Sort of about our love-hate relationship with it, but mostly love because it's just talking about how after the awful, awful winter, the day that it's finally warm and everybody starts wearing shorts, and it just feels like that day the whole city
comes alive.
Yeah, it comes alive. You're believers that day, I guess. It was sort of inspired by some time that I had in Haiti, and I lived there for 3 months. In Haiti, the public transit is just insane, and it's kind of just like people's pickup trucks with giant metal bars over top that you just hang on to for dear life. But eventually you get used to it, and you start to kind of forget about everything, and there you are cruising down like crazy steep mountain with all these strangers bumping into their elbows, and you kind of let your eyes glaze over. Sort of on the surface is just about skinny dipping late at night with your friends.
The line, "This is how we assemble," at the end of the chorus is just about kind of the strange processes that people need to go through to kind of be together. And you can feel intimacy in a large group setting, and sometimes it just takes the right setting.
Being naked helps.
Yeah, being naked.
This sort of grand things that you end up learning about life are very rarely in any grand way. They're often in a very small moment, and so that's sort of what we tend to articulate.
I remember getting home and realizing that, all of my friends have moved out of the city. How did that happen? And then you realize, I was gone for 4 months. That's just what happens. And I mean, that's a thing about Winnipeg, is that it's a place that a lot of people they leave. I've just found myself in 3 or 4 different instances in my life completely rebuilding your friendship base. One day you just come home and you're like, oh yeah, that's weird. Where is everybody?
We have this practice space that used to be residential apartments, and these bathtubs were just forever in the hallway that were left over from that residence.
In the end, there were 8 rooms in our hallways, so there were 8 bathtubs in the hallway.
So every time we had to get our gear out for a show, we would have to drag it past these bathtubs in the hallway.
And they somehow came to represent those obstacles between you and this thing that this dream or the creative process or whatever it is on any given day. It's in your way and you hate it. And just trying to overcome that. Bucky, Matt, and I grew up in this town called Steinbach, and we, coming from that place where you have this certain preconceptions of the world, and you have kind of this established expectation set that you either buy into or you don't buy into. And as you kind of grow out of that stuff and you see yourself changing as you get older, the end of this song just sort of seemed to be this moment where it felt like I'd kind of made a little bit of sense out of the whole thing.
Show Me Your Eyes is kind of like a classic pop song. It's about that moment, probably in the club, where you knew she was going to be there, and she knew you were going to be there, and you lock eyes for a second, and then you both turn away. And it's not the first time it's happened, it's probably not the last. It's kind of, the entire song is about that moment. It's the last song we wrote for the album, and I was listening to a bunch of Jurassic 5 at the time, and just fell in love with the way they do their choruses.
And it's something we've done on a number of our songs over the years. Outcast is the best version of it, though, for me. The song Roses just nails it. It's really dry vocals, a huge stack, and trying to get the vocals as tight as they possibly can be, which sometimes means, like, in the program that we use to record, sometimes we'll move an S over like a bill a second.
No, we never do that. We just sing it perfectly.
Yeah, okay, you're right, we do. We're so good. Nightcrawlin' was one of the first ones that we wrote, and it really features this vocal pedal that we now use on pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Lyrically, the song itself, which I'm sure nobody can tell from the lyrics, is about this guy that Bucky knew who used to live in this ice fishing shack in winter, and it was kind of his like man cave, and he didn't like it when his girlfriend came in there. Yeah, he just lived out there all winter. If you're writing a song about someone else, at first it becomes about them, but then like 4 lines in, it's entirely about you. Yeah. And this is one of those.
Stemming is kind of just this story of 2 lovers late at night, kind of out on the street, and bunch of somehow I see them up on the roof in the rain at some point. I don't know if
Yeah.
that ever made it in here.
No, that's in there. I've always thought about them sort of just like saying goodbye. You kind of remember every last little detail of your moment together. And then it kind of evolves, stemming evolves into the song Light. And they're all kind of connected in a way.
Yeah, Light is almost the reflection on after the goodbye with the gone is the language we both used to know line, and the do we have time to learn the syllables, sort of like what's life like now? Do we have time to learn this new language without each other, kind of thing. And Light is just a crazy song that nobody likes.
Yeah, except us.
Yeah, we really like it.
Right now I'm 33, and if I look in the book of where I should be, I should have a family, probably 2.5 kids.
Well, a half kid is
at
kinda
least,
weird.
yeah. Well, that's kind of weird, but I should have at least 2 kids, maybe 3. A house, probably a really, really good job, or at least a career path or track or whatever that is. This song is just kind of the anthem for that lifestyle of pushing back against all those expectations.